Welcome back, dear children. This is the second part of the chapter Reproduction in Plant. In this video, we'll be discussing about seed germination. What do you understand by seed germination? The development of a seed into seedling is called germination. This means that when a seed gets converted into a baby plant, that process is known as seed germination. Now suppose you have taken a seed and you have put it into the soil. Now that seed is not getting proper sunlight, it is not getting proper water, will it grow into a new plant? No. A seed will only germinate, or it will only grow into a new plant when it will get proper air, water and sunlight. So there are three main factors which a seed needs for the germination. Those three factors are air, water and sunlight. Okay, remember this thing. Now we'll discuss the stages of germination. The very first stage is to take the seed and put it into the soil. Then you will water the soil. Now what will happen? The seed has hole in it. Now I have told you in the last video when I was telling you about the parts of seed. Seed has a small tiny hole. From that tiny hole, water will be absorbed. The seed will absorb the water. When the seed will absorb the water, what will happen? The seed coat will become soft. Okay, and that seed coat, when it becomes soft, it breaks up, as you can see in the picture. Now when the seed coat gets removed, what will happen? The baby root or the radicle comes out from that seed. I have told you in the last video that a baby plant has two parts, radicle and plumule. Radicle is the baby root and plumule is the baby shoot. So always remember this thing, that when a seed starts germinating, the first thing that comes out of that seed is radicle. Okay, now this radicle comes out, it develops into root and it goes deep into the soil. Now after this, what will happen? Baby shoot will be developing. So now the baby shoot or the plumule emerges, which develops and grows above the ground, and it will be converted into a new shoot of the plant. Okay, the new baby plant that has small root and small shoot is known as seedling. The baby plant that has radicle and plumule, that small baby plant, is known as seedling. Okay, now since a small baby cannot eat its own food or cannot make its own food, now same way a small baby plant cannot make its own food. It wants the food from outside. Okay, so who will provide the food to that baby plant? It's cotyledon. I have told you in the last video that cotyledons act as reservoir of the food. Okay, so this growing seedling, this growing plant will use the food that is stored in cotyledons. Okay, and it will grow. Gradually this shoot grows and tiny foliage leaves appears on it. Foliage leaves are the new leaves that starts coming out of the plant. Okay, when this foliage leaves grow, they start preparing their own food by the process of photosynthesis. You all know that plant make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So when a plant is small, it will get the food from the cotyledons. It will get that reserved food. When leaves will come out, when leaves starts growing, that leaves will start making its own food by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, this new plant produces flowers. When a plant will grow, it will produce flowers. Then pollination and fertilization will take place inside their flower, and that flower will get converted into fruit. Some fruit contains a seed, as you all know. Under suitable condition of air, water and sunlight, these seeds germinate and grow into a new plant. That new plant will produce flowers. Those flowers will be converted into fruits, and then you will eat that fruit, and again that seed that is present inside the food will be sown into the soil, and again that when that seed will grow proper environmental condition like air, water and sunlight, it will again grow into a new plant. So by this the cycle of reproduction continues. Okay. Now the second topic is dispersal of seed. See, as you all know that plant produces a large number of seeds. Now what will happen if you sow 2 or more seeds together in a small pot? Will they get enough air, water and sunlight to grow? No, no. So they will not be able to grow into a better plant. So to avoid this overcrowding and the fight of air, water and sunlight, nature has provided us some agents that help them to scatter the seeds to distant places. Okay. So the scattering of seeds to different places away from the parent plant is called dispersal of seed. Dispersal of seed means scattering of seeds from parent plant to some other place. Okay. Dispersal of seeds help to reach a place where they will get enough air, water and sunlight which they will need for their germination, and it will also prevent from overcrowding. Okay. So the agents of dispersal are wind, water, animal, birds and human beings. Agents of dispersal are same as the agents of pollination, as we have discussed earlier in the previous chapter. In this chapter we will be discussing about agents of dispersal. See, nature has provided various agents which help to scatter seeds to different places away from the parent plant. These natural agents are wind, water, animals, birds and human beings. Okay. There is one more agent. It is also known as explosion of a fruit. Okay. This explosion of fruit also helps in seed dispersal. Now one by one we will be studying in detail. So the first agent is wind. Wind will act as agent of dispersal only to the seeds which are light and hairy. Okay, so seeds of madar, cotton and dandelion are light and hairy. So if the seed is light and hairy, it can be blown away with the help of the wind. So this help them to move away to far off places with the wind. The seeds of maple and drumsticks they are also light and wrinkled, so they can also fly to a different place away from the parent plant. Now the second agent is water. Plants like coconut, water lily or lotus, they grow near or in water. So the seeds and fruits of these plants, they are dispersed through water. Now if we talk about coconut, you all must have seen coconut. Coconuts are hollow from inside and they have a fibrous outer covering. So this makes the fruit of the coconut light in weight. Okay, and if something is light in weight, that particular thing can easily float on water. You all know. So this since coconuts are light in weight, so they can easily float on water and they can go to a far off place. Likewise, if we talk about lotus fruit, they have a spongy part. Okay, and this spongy part will enable it to float on water. This feature help them to travel to far off places along with the water. Okay. Now we'll talk about animals, human beings and birds, how they help in dispersal. Suppose I am sitting in a ground, I have eaten an apple and I have thrown the seed on the ground. If that seed will get the favorable condition, if it will get proper air, water and sunlight, what will happen? That seed will germinate and it will grow into that plant. Now, so animals and human beings, they eat the fleshy part of the fruit and carelessly they throw their seeds here and there. If that seed gets favorable condition for growth, that seed will develop into a new plant. Okay, example can be seeds of apples, oranges and cherries. Now suppose I am walking through an area which is having some plants like burdock and xanthium. See, burdock and xanthium plants, they have thorns and hooks in them. Thorns means kaate. Okay. Now suppose I am walking through an area where these plants are available. So what will happen when I'll walk? Those thorns and those hooks will get stuck on my clothes. And when I will walk at some distance, those thorns and those hooks will be dropped off. If that if those thorns and stiff hair and hooks, if they get favorable condition, what will happen? They will grow into a new plant there. Okay, so like this, the dispersal of seeds takes place by the help of animals and human beings. If we talk about birds, what do? They eat the fruit, and sometimes what they do, they swallow their seeds. Okay, and when they what happens after some time, these seeds are passed out unchanged in their droppings at some place. Dropping means undigested part, removal of undigested part. Okay, so birds and animals, they uh, help in dispersal in this manner. For example, seeds of guavas and berries, they are scattered in this manner. Now if we talk about explosion of fruit, explosion means burst open. See, when some of the fruits, when they get dry, their outer overing gets open. Okay, and what happens when their outer covering gets open? The seeds that are present inside that outer covering, the seeds are thrown away with a great force, and this process is known as explosion of fruit. So fruits of peel, balsam and lady's finger, they burst open on drying, and their seeds are thus thrown away with a great force. Okay, this much for today. I hope this much is clear to you. Kindly read page number 44 and 45, and in the next video we'll be talking about reproduction in non-flowering plants. Thank you so much. God bless you all.